The illegal drugs war will not be sidelined. Instead, it will be as relentless and chilling, if you will, as on the day it began. Your concern is human rights. Mine is human lives. I will not allow it to happen. Not during my term. Time and again, I have stressed that corruption must stop. I thank Congress for the swift passage of the ease of doing business. Despite all that has been said or against the Bangsamoro Organic Law by all sectoral groups, I make this solemn commitment that this administration will never deny our Muslim brothers and sisters the basic legal tools to chart their own destiny. The law has been passed, actually, and I intend to give me 48 hours to sign it. I have made a pledge that ISIS terrorists or groups or its allies will never gain foothold in our country. We shall continue to reach out to all nations regardless of their prevailing political persuasions or proximity to or distance from our shore, so long as this nation wish us well. Our improved relationship with China, however, does not mean that we will waver in our commitment to defend our interests in the West Philippine Sea. This is why we engage China through this bilateral and multilateral platform such as the ASEAN-China and the Philippines-China bilateral consultation mechanism. This is why we strongly condemn the deaths and abuses experienced by Filipino migrant workers at the hands of their foreign employers. I have said this before and I say it again. I am a worker of government, and it is my vow to make sure that your well-being remains our foremost foreign policy concern. On May 1 of this year, I signed Executive Order 51, which sought to protect the workers' right to security of tenure. I urge you, Congress, to convene the Bilateral Conference Committee and pass at the soonest possible time the bill establishing the Coconut Farmers Trust Fund. My administration remains firm in its resolve to ensure that the country's telecommunication services are reliable, inexpensive, and secure. The draft terms of reference for the entry of a new major industry player is at hand. The terms will be fair, reasonable, and comprehensive. It will be inclusive, so it will be open to all interested private parties, both foreign and local. Environmental protection and ensuring the health of our people cannot be overemphasized. Thus, our actions in Boracay mark the beginning of a new national effort. I therefore urge the Senate urgently pass the National Land Use Act to put in place a national land use policy that will address our competing land requirements for food, housing, business, and environmental conservation. We need a truly empowered department to take charge of the disaster risk reduction, preparedness response, with better recovery and faster rehabilitation. Hence, we in the Cabinet have approved for immediate endorsement to Congress the passage of a law creating the Department of Disaster Management. To the mining industry, I say this once again and maybe for the last time. Do not destroy the environment or compromise our resources. Repair what you have mismanaged. Try to change management radically because this time you will have restrictive policies, the prohibition of open pit mining is one. I applaud Congress for the timely passage of the train law. You have made funds available to build better roads, bridges, and improve health and education, and strengthen our safety and security. We need this for sustainable growth that leaves no Filipino left behind. To help stabilize rice prices, we also need to address the issue of artificial rice shortage. I now ask all the rice hoarders, cartels, and their protectors. You know that I know who you are. While investments in health have increased over the several years, several policy and operational bottlenecks have constrained universal health care. I urge the speedy passage of the Universal Health Care Bill. I have no illusions of occupying this office one day longer than what the Constitution under which I was elected permits. I therefore consider it a distinct honor and privilege to have received earlier from the Consultative Committee that I created a federal constitution that will truly embody the ideal aspirations of all the Filipino people. I will not bore you with the litany of this administration's projects completed otherwise in the process. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep doing so until the end. Daghang salamat kanimo.